Robbie here, and we're at the Performance Driving Australia track day at Baskerville in southern Tasmania, and we're just doing some reviewers ride, and I've got Nash. Nash, you've got this car behind you, but what sort of got you to this point?
Well,
apart from me asking you to come out here.
Well, it all started back. I started with an old 4Runner and
Nice.
learned to drive that fast on some back roads from the west coast.
They're not really known for their handling, though.
Not at all. Pretty known for rolling, actually,
Yes.
but I've managed to. I lifted on three wheels a fair bit, but yeah. Anyway, so no, I always wanted a fun car and grew up with two older brothers with fast cars,
Yeah.
and I like going around corners fast. So I was like, well, there's only a few options, and I mean for cheap, and it has pop-ups, so like.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, pop-ups are sort of the main reason why you buy this car, isn't it?
Pretty much, there's NBs way better, but you know they don't have pop-ups, so.
No, that's right. But yeah, I mean, and you've also given a what did you call that before?
Which bit?
The tape.
The tape. Oh, it's the Uwu eyes.
Uwu eyes.
Uwu eyes. It's a sad but tired. It's kind of like the engine, I imagine. At this age, 30 years on, it's probably a representation.
So tell us about it. What is it?
Well, it's a 1.8 MX-5, which is the bigger engine of the NAs.
Big block.
Yeah, big block MX-5. It's 5-speed and non-variable valve timing, so just missed out on that. But I mainly just got the 1.8. Apparently they're slightly more reliable, but there's very little power difference.
Yeah.
It's got a factory very, very tired LSD, and I've just put some BC coilovers in. I think they're BC Reds, actually not 100% sure.
How's that changed the characteristics of the car?
Well, I come here 12 months ago with the original suspension from 1994, and I would get a 112, and so far I'm getting under 110, so 1918, and that's not driving it as hard as I was last time. It actually sits square on the road. It doesn't just lift a wheel. It doesn't cock a wheel,
Nice.
and doesn't feel like you're about to roll. And
So it's not like they're falling under then?
no, it's not at all, actually. And it's passengers get in it and aren't screaming and putting their hands all over the window, like trying to hold on. It's just like sweet, yeah.
Well, you know what they say about men with convertibles anyway, but you know.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, well, touchy subject.
Literally.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
moving right along.
Yeah.
So what else have you done to it?
Very little. I've just put the Federal RSRs on and some Yankees.
Yep.
Just for a bit of lightness and just looking towards other mods, really. But
Yeah, cool. So the wheels and the fitment looks really nice. So how have you found the tyres so far?
the tyres. So this is my first time actually driving it properly on tyres, on decent tyres. Do a few back roads from Devonport, so a few decent back roads. But to actually get them hot, it's made a major difference. It turns out I have not ever had them warm.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't realise what a difference it's made.
Yeah. So you would have had street tyres when you were here 12 months ago?
Yes, so I had Kumo FM800s.
Yeah.
And they were real wide sidewall. I think they were a 185. They were a 185/60 on a 14.
That's pretty small.
Yeah, and it still would chop Commodores, so that's fine with me.
Yay!
Yeah, I've done one drag race and still won, but
MX-5 won.
yeah, the lights. Yeah, only once, and we'll just keep it at that.
That's cool. Yeah. We don't condone that sort of thing, kids.
Yeah, probably don't do that in front of lots of people ever.
Yeah. So what are you planning on doing to it?
Well, I'm currently tossing up between a racing seat and harness, and a roll bar, which is definitely do it. If you get an MX-5, get a roll bar.
Yeah, I was looking at it with the top down before, and it's not.
Dangerous?
There's not much there. Yeah.
Yeah, I would call it sketchy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty scary. I had my girlfriend in the car before, and it's like, she's like, I was like, you should tighten up your helmet because, like, if you roll, like on a motorbike, it's like, you got to make sure. And then I was like, well, I mean, you'll die. So, so either way,
Try and duck, but
yeah, it's like just if you're on your own, you just like hop over the seat, just like hold yourself onto the windscreen and hope that holds it up. Yeah. It's only like 900 kilos. Hopefully, it holds the windscreen will hold it up, right?
yeah. So 900 kilos with a 1.8, and it still goes pretty well.
It goes very well for what it is. Like, it's very cliche of the MX-5. They're just known for being light and not very powerful, but still quite fun and fast. And I don't want to be that guy that says it's about how the drive is, but honestly, it's like everyone who I've let drive it goes, oh wow, it's just, you don't expect it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess the question on everyone's lips would be, are you going to think about turboing it at any time, or are you going to keep it NA?
Well, I'd like to ITBs. Like, I just love the noise. Boosted would be fun, but just ITBs just sound too good, and like it's really the power is enough. It's enough. I mean, more power always. Everyone loves more power.
Yeah, but I mean, there's certainly that balance you can get, and the MX-5s are supposed to be known for their balance. So
Exactly. And so I need some white line sway bars. That's probably another thing on the list.
Yep.
And white line sway bars, and what else? I want to put some cams in.
Yes. Yeah.
Just give it a little bit more of a.
Yeah.
Not lump. It's not a V8.
Yeah.
That's
Sort of
But at the end of the day, there's no point boosting them. Well, I mean, boosted is wicked. There's no doubt about that. But if you want a fast car, like for straights, buy a V8 or turboed 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
Like, I dream to have more than one car in the shed that's fast.
That's right. So you want more about the purity of it?
Yeah.
Purity,
yeah.
Not that we're taking up anyone here, but
Yeah, not at all. No.
No.
Yeah,
Cool.
but if you want a fast in a straight line, buy something that's already designed to be fast in a straight line. Like, it still keeps up, still does 150 on the back straight, which is enough. It's just a small go-kart, you just drive them for what they are. Like, that's all I did last year, is just drive it for what it is, and it was so much fun. I've had just as much fun today with all the mods after way too much money.
That's right.
So.
I mean, you're not risking much here. I mean, how much have you got invested in the car at the moment, do you reckon?
Well, I probably bought one of the cheapest 1.8s that I could find, which was $5,000.
Yep.
And nowadays they've skyrocketed. It was in a minor scuffle before I got it, and after I got it. But it's and then I spent about just over $1,000 on coilovers, and wheels and tyres was just over $2,000. So not really much. Like at the end of the day, it's cheap. It's cheap fun for cars.
Now, speaking of scuffles, I'm not seeing you for much of a ballerina, but you've done a few pirouettes today.
There's been about 3 pirouettes. I just saved it a couple times out in front of the people of PDA. Right, overtaking them, and then lost it on the corner into the grass, and I was like,
showing off.
I was just like, all right, pits. This is going in. Yep, okay. Then no one believes me, but just got a new gear knob, and apparently it wasn't fitted very well. So
Right, so you're saying your knob came off?
my knob, I shifted, it's just caressing my knob, and it just come off. My knob just come off.
So you're going to be less aggressive with your knob later on?
Just a little bit less aggressive. It's still fun to be aggressive with your knob.
Yeah.
But
Just under controlled circumstances.
just make sure you're really holding on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to really hold on to your knob.
We should probably go look under your hood rather than continue this line of chat.
Yeah, probably.
This is the fun part where I try and work out.
Try and work out how everyone's cars work.
Nah, your turn. I've never seen under the hood of one of these.
Well, what you've got is a twin cam 1.8 4-cylinder.
So was that twin cam?
Twin cam 1.8.
Yep.
4-cylinder, 16 valve.
Yep. The warm air intake over
Yeah,
here?
we got a nice hot air intake there on the right. Just because when I was a P-plater, I thought it sounded cool, and I can't be bothered changing it. So
Have I seen people take the headlight out to get more cold air into the intake?
I think so. Mainly what you do is a good mod is to take out the indicators.
Yep.
So what you do, you get intake indicators. So you remove the park, and,
right.
and it is integrated into the indicator on the corner.
That's pretty cool. We'll just wait for the Corolla to go past. Cool.
Really not much to look at in here. It's just stock, but
you're driving it for what it's meant for.
exactly. Driving it for what it's built for without spending money. We're balling on a budget, as one might say.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome. And Nash, you're going to take me out for a ride?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
Second lap and go.
Let's not get any more into the carpet.
Goddamn Commodore's slowing us up.
Yeah. That's what you get if you want by 8s. 15 by 8s. The only problem as a passenger is there isn't really anywhere to hold on to.
That's alright. That's alright. I'm sitting on below, mate.
5. Yeah, the straights are not this car's forte, especially uphill.
No, but that's not where it's at.
It's that twisty bit, but you lose these contours in a minute anyway. It's actually great.
It's got a good bit of intake noise.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nash.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.